Moses places before the people a choice: obedience to their king and maker and life, or disobedience and death. The Gospel also talks about death of the soul. In the reading from St. Luke, it says, "He who will save his life will lose it, and vice versa." That is actually the Hebrew way of saying something in the reflexive. To lose oneself is put in this way quite often in Hebrews, to lose one's nefesh, one's soul. And that could explain how, in other versions of the same passage, we have in the Greek psyche coming in, maintained in the old translations as losing one's soul. But what is one's soul if it's not oneself? There's no contradiction. The only thing is that the word soul helps us to realize that it's the part of us that goes on without the body to keep it in place. Lent is a time to think about the frail body, which is to return to dust, and the quality of what it's holding within it, the life of the soul. When translating the Purgatory manuscript, one thing that hit me was the way that a soul in purgatory revisits time, and in its purification realizes for the first time seriously what time was, what a moment of time could have been. We think it's abundant and we waste it and take it for granted. At the other side, when there is no more time, the story is very different. And when translating in the same period the Hell manuscript, the same thought occurred to me. It was one moment of time that was the ultimate refusal on the part of the soul that didn't make it. There are moments which are cosmic in their impact and consequences. Lent is a time to revisit time and to treat this day as though it were the only one ever. This all occurred to me strongly when listening to the chant we had for part of Lent about being in death when in the midst of life. It's an ancient chant and seems to come from the time of the bubonic plague, when life was very much at risk and death very much present. Perhaps something that we could actually revisit in this pandemic to help us to see things as they are, our truth. I wrote this when thinking of this fundamental fact. When we have travelled on and moved afar upon the dawns that wake us, take us there where all things have their rest. When this our star that glimmers through our morn has bid us wear our solemn even's robe, and we no more have time to rhyme or riddle with our fate, but stand with understanding at the door, to which none came that hasted or was late. What will the droplet of a beam of time that we to ink did dye seem then? And then how will the sound of this once well-wound chime rebound across the closing ages glen? And will there be an hour to look again and wish, half wish, we could 1 hour yet gain? Mosè mette davanti agli Israeliti l'obbedienza con la vita o la ribellione con la morte. Il Vangelo parla di perdere se stesso, o nel ebraico sarebbe perdere la sua anima. È tradotto con questa parola perdere la sua vita, nefesh, e l'anima anche la vita. E alcuni hanno per lo stesso brano la sua anima, psiche, ma l'anima è la persona stessa, e dunque perdere se stesso è perdere la sua anima. E questo è vero non soltanto per questa vita, ma per il dopo, perché l'anima continua. La Quaresima ci fa pensare alla fragilità del corpo che contiene l'anima per ora, ma dovrebbe anche invitarci a pensare alla qualità della vita, cioè dell'anima. Va curata. Quando ho tradotto il manoscritto del Purgatorio, ho capito come un'anima in Purgatorio per la prima volta riconosce cosa sarebbe un istante di tempo, ma nel tempo, quando non c'è più, uno si riconosce colpevole di non aver apprezzato il dono del momento presente. La Quaresima è una pausa in cui uno un po' arresta il momento e lo guarda come è. Il segreto è di vivere l'oggi come se fosse l'unico in tutta l'eternità. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember